Immediately. If you're alone, call 911 after about 1 minute of the ABCs.
Which are A, airway, B, breathing, C, circulation.
Okay, I got it.
What about you? Leave your VCR in play mode and push rewind to the beginning of the segment with heart number 4 in the upper corner.
Then replay this section following along with your mannequin until you master the skills and sequence.
When you think you've got it, pause the video and try to do the sequence on your own.
We'll see you back here when you're ready to move on. That's it. Simple as A, B, C.
You've just learned child CPR and rescue breathing.
Check the learning guide for more scenarios you can practice on your own.
Now, let's look at another situation. You're doing your ABCs and cannot get breaths in because an object could be blocking the airway.
You found an unconscious child, shook them and asked if they're okay.
No response.
So you start your ABCs.
Let's start with A, open the airway.
Tilt head, lift chin.
B, breathing.
Check for breathing. Look, listen, and feel for 5 seconds. If there's no breathing, give 2 full breaths. See if the chest rises. Pinch nose, blow. Blow. Now let's assume the chest does not rise. Retilt the head to make sure the airway is open and give breaths again.
The chest is still not rising. The airway may be blocked.
Here's how you'll clear it so you can get breaths in and continue with your ABCs. Straddle the thighs. Place the heel of your hand on the stomach, slightly above the navel, but below the notch in the center of the chest.
Okay, right here.
Grasp it with your other hand and use the heel of your hand to press inward and upward into the stomach with 5 quick thrusts.
Like this. Ready? Thrust, 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 thrust.
After 5 thrusts, open their mouth. Place your thumb on the tongue and grasp the jaw and lift. Look into the mouth for any obstruction.
Now, if you see an obstruction, use your hooked index finger to gently sweep the object out of the mouth.
But careful not to push it in deeper. If you don't see any obstruction, continue the cycle of trying to give 2 breaths, retilt the head, and give 2 more breaths. Then 5 stomach thrusts and checking for the obstruction until the airway is cleared and your breaths go in, or until help arrives. If the airway is cleared and your breaths go in, continue the ABCs. Stop and check the breathing and pulse every couple of minutes. Remember, if you're alone, stop after 1 minute to call 911. If the breathing resumes, turn them on their side to recover.
Okay, I've got it.
Good. What about you?
Leave your VCR in play mode and push rewind to the beginning of the segment with heart number 5 in the upper corner.
Then replay this section following along with your mannequin until you master the skills and sequence.
When you think you've got it, pause the video and try to do the complete sequence on your own.
We'll see you back here when you're ready to move on. Good. If you've mastered the choking rescue skills for an unconscious child, let's move on to one last situation that may occur.
A child choking while conscious. That's the sound of choking.
For a child who's conscious and choking, you'll use the Heimlich maneuver.
So if you see a child grasping their throat like this,
ask the child, are you choking? If they can speak or cough forcefully, encourage them to cough until the object is dislodged.
If you hear only a high-pitched wheezing like this,
or if they cannot breathe, it's time to use the Heimlich maneuver.
Hold your mannequin in front of you and practice along with us.
Stand behind the child and wrap your arms around their waist. Make a fist and place the thumb side just above the navel, but below the notch in the center of the chest.
So, right here.
Grasp your fist with your other hand and pull your fist inward and upward into the stomach with quick thrusts.
Okay, like this. Ready? Thrust, thrust, thrust.
Give thrusts until the object is dislodged. Now, if the child becomes unconscious, start the ABCs and call 911 after 1 minute.
Now, take a moment to practice on your own mannequin, or rewind to the beginning of the segment with heart number 6. Now let's review what we've learned. Try to demonstrate child CPR and choking rescue skills using your mannequin before we show you the answers. When do you call 911?
If someone is with you, have them call 911 while you start rescue efforts. If you're alone, it's critical to start rescue efforts immediately and continue for about a minute even before you call 911.
Demonstrate giving rescue breaths. Tilt head, lift chin, pinch nose, blow. Clear airway for a conscious choking child.
Make a fist and place the thumb side just above the navel, but below the notch in the center of the chest. Grasp your fist with your other hand and pull your fist inward and upward into the stomach with quick thrusts.
Okay, like this. Ready? Thrust, thrust, thrust. That's it. You've just learned basic CPR and choking rescue skills for children between the ages of 1 and 8.
To practice those skills and refresh your knowledge, review the child section often.
And practice doing the sequences on your own with your own mannequin.
Now it's time to move on to the next section, for babies under 1 year.
Or you can rewind to the adult section.
But whatever you do, make sure to watch the conclusion for more important information.
See you in the other section.
Infants. Babies under the age of 1 year often choke on something and can have breathing difficulties.
Sometimes those breathing problems can cause the heart to stop.
If you're alone, it's crucial to start rescue efforts first and continue for about a minute even before you call 911.
If someone is with you, have them call 911 immediately while you start rescue efforts.
Now get your small mannequin ready.
Later in this segment, we'll show you how to help a choking baby who is conscious.
But first we'll take you through the rescue skills for an unconscious baby whose breathing and heart have stopped. Then we'll put those skills together in a real-life situation.
Those rescue skills are easy to remember.
Easy as A, B, C.
A is for airway, B is for breathing, C is for circulation.
A, open the airway.
Okay, if the head is not in the right position, a baby cannot breathe. To open the airway, place one hand on the baby's forehead. Place one finger of your other hand under the bony part of the chin. Lift the chin upward and tilt the head back.
This opens the airway.
B, breathing. Take 5 seconds to check if the baby is breathing. Look to see if the chest rises. Listen for breathing. Feel for the air from the baby's mouth against your face.
Now, if there is no breathing, you must get air into the baby.
Here's how. Make a tight seal around the baby's nose and mouth and blow 2 gentle breaths into the baby's mouth. Blow. Blow. If the chest does not rise when you blow, retilt the head to make sure the airway is open and try to give 2 gentle breaths again. Do you see the chest rise? Good. That means it's being done correctly.
Next is C, circulation. Check the pulse by placing 2 fingers on the inside of the baby's upper arm between the elbow and the shoulder. Feel for 5 to 10 seconds, right here. Pause the video and try it on your own arm. And when you get the chance, practice finding the exact location of the pulse on your baby.
If you cannot find a pulse, give chest compressions with 2 fingers to start the blood circulating again.
The best way to find the right spot is to measure 1 finger width down from the nipple line in the center of the baby's chest.
Find it?
Right here.
Okay. Place 2 fingers there and compress the baby's chest 1/3 to 1/2 its depth.
And the mannequin will only allow you to press that far.
Use your other hand to keep the baby's head tilted back to keep the airway open. Now, compress 5 times. Ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Those are the essential skills you'll need to help an unconscious infant whose breathing and heart have stopped.
Now let's see how these skills fit together in a real-life situation. When you find a baby and you think something is wrong, first find out if they're unconscious.
Follow along with your mannequin now.
Tap or gently shake the baby's shoulders.
Very gently.
Call out loud. Watch for any reaction.
If they don't respond, shout for help and have someone call 911.
Help! Call 911!
If you're alone, start your rescue efforts immediately and continue for about a minute before you call 911.
Now let's do the ABCs on the baby mannequin as you follow along.
The baby should be on their back. If not, roll them onto a firm surface supporting their head and neck.